The biggest mistake anyone can make is to think that we are here today only because of the murder of George Floyd. We're not here only because of that. It's George Floyd. It's Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, Tamir Rice, Sandra Bland, Amadou Diallo, Philando Castile, Eric Garner, Michael Brown, Walter Scott, Freddie Gray, Emmett Till. Don't forget any of those names. And that's only a few of them. And we are here today as Arab Americans because we understand a lot of this. 3 days ago in Jerusalem, a man named Iyad Halat, 32-year-old autistic man, murdered in the streets, 10 shots by Israeli police because they thought he had a gun. He didn't have a gun. He was just a Palestinian in the wrong place at the wrong time, in his own homeland. We see, as Arab Americans, the parallels between what happens in Palestine and what happens here in America. And so we say to police departments around this country, yes, you have to shape up. It's not a matter of a couple bad apples. It's a matter of systemic racism. And we beg you, we demand that you stop sending your police to go train with Israeli police in our homeland. We tell you, we stand here today. It's sad. This is not the first time we have stood like here today. You know, a few people, I'm going to quote our brother Malcolm X too. He said, if you stick a knife in my back 9 inches and pull it out 6, that's not progress. If you pull it out all the way, that's still not progress. Only when the wound heals and you ask for forgiveness, maybe can we get to some progress. And so as we see everyone going around America today and protesting, show solidarity. Don't let people distract you with talks of rioting and looting. I'll listen to talks of rioting and looting when they start talking to us about the rioting and looting that's been happening to our black brothers and sisters for 400 years in this country. So we have to stand together and we have to do everything we can as Arab Americans to make sure that we are not participating in systemic racism in this country, that we are making sure that we are standing up to people in our community who express any kind of anti-blackness, because unfortunately it does happen in our community. And we have to make sure that we stand up against those things. But I know, like all of you know, that there's a lot more of this going on than there is of any stupidness going on in our community. So let's make sure that we all stand together and that we all make sure that we support each other's institutions and each other.
burn down the community? Why do you burn down your own neighborhood? It's not ours. We don't own anything. We don't own anything. Trevor Noah said it so beautifully last night. There's a social contract that we all have. That if you steal or if I steal, then the person who is the authority comes in and they fix the situation. But the person who fixes the situation is killing us. So the social contract is broken. And if the social contract is broken, why the fuck do I give a shit about burning the fucking Football Hall of Fame, about burning a fucking Target? You broke the contract when you killed us in the streets and didn't give a fuck. You broke the contract when for 400 years we played your game and built your wealth. You broke the contract when we built our wealth again on our own, by our bootstraps in Tulsa, and you dropped bombs on us. When we built it in Rosewood and you came in and you slaughtered us. You broke the contract, so fuck your Target. Fuck your Hall of Fame. As far as I'm concerned, they could burn this bitch to the ground. And it still wouldn't be enough. And they are lucky that what black people are looking for is equality and not revenge.
Every politician out there who has got a better explanation that democracy will work on African ground, please come forward and challenge me on that. We can say that we are free, but our freedom is rotting, is eating, is cankering, is destroying, is vandalizing our own systems. We bring up children that we don't know. We worship what we don't know. We eat what we don't know. We work for what we don't know. We bank where we don't know our money is going. We insure our things where we don't know. We are simply an audience that is floating in the midst of a system that is being managed by those who have resources. I want to say it very clearly that poor people have no choices. Poor people have no choices. Choices are for the rich people. So show me a democratic system that allows common people to be rich. No, democracy is actually a fine-tuned system of capitalism. Some small little elements of socialism and a little bit here and there of some hierarchical and cultural tolerance. But democracy, in all honesty, is not a system that was built by Africans, to be maintained by Africans, to be assumed by Africans. Our form of governance as Africans is Ubuntu. Ubuntu is our governance. I am because you are. It does not make sense that Africa can have so much, so many resources, yet Africa still languishes in poverty. We have banks that we don't own. We have education systems that we don't own. We have curriculums that we never wrote. We have political parties that don't service our own interests as people. We have passports. They don't give us access to other countries. They have access to our countries. We don't have access into their own countries. And that's supposed to be democracy. They have embassies in our own countries, and yet they put the same countries in sanctions. What sort of a system are we talking about if we are to be addressing the issues of African democracy? African democracy is a crippled child who is sitting on a wheelchair, a paraplegic wheelchair. In as much as our countries are claimed to be democratic, they are not free at all. Our economies are ruled by the West.